think it's so wonderful to hear you talking so enthusiastically about what you do. You're clearly as enthusiastic about the writing as everyone is about the reading of your books. Now, as you can imagine, so many questions have come in from across the country, but we have a question here from one of the members of our audience. Could you put your hand up, whoever's going to ask the question? Yes, just along at the front row here, and we'll give you a microphone. Thank you.
This is one of the most asked questions, but what inspired you to start writing books?
This is always the bit where I flounder a little, trying to think what inspires me. As sometimes I get very lucky in that a situation presents itself to me. For instance, I was in America with my daughter Emma. We were sitting in Central Park, just people watching, fascinating place. And this fantastic looking woman walked past, very pretty, but very exotic looking. She had amazing decorative tattoos all over her. And she had two girls with her in very sort of bizarre dressing up clothes. And when they'd gone past, my daughter said to me, "Don't they look like the sort of children that you'd write about?" And I thought, yes. So I made a little note in my diary, strange mother, lots of to-dos with two girls. And can anybody tell me the title of the book that I went on to write after that?
Is it The Elephant?
It is indeed The Illustrated Mum. So sometimes I get given a gift. Other times it's just whatever pops into my mind, really. I mean, I always get worried, you know, will I run out of ideas? Will I cease to feel inspired? But fingers crossed, it hasn't happened yet.
Thank you for asking that question. And yes, indeed, that question was asked by, I think, the last count, 38 different schools right across the country. There you go. Now, this question comes from Maya in Hindland Primary School in Glasgow and also from Bridge Academy. And the question, Jacqueline, is why in some of your books do people die? Lots of your books are to do with sad stuff or even death. This is a grim thing to talk about for most people, especially children, taking this into account. Why do you still write about it?
I think that's a very good point, Maya. I think because it's interesting. Now, way back in Victorian times, lots and lots of children's books had the most harrowing death scenes. And though it's very sad, often they would be quite favourite sections of books, because I think when you read a book, it's lovely to read a book that makes you laugh, but it's always quite interesting to read a book that makes you cry too, to get your emotions engaged within the story. And from time to time, yes, I plead guilty. I do have some characters dying or a pet dying. And I try to write about it as truthfully as I can, not to be morbid, but sadly, it is something that often we have to come to terms with. Maybe a granddad dies or your pet cat dies or whatever. And it's no use glossing over things because it is very sad and very upsetting indeed. So I try and write about things as truthfully as possible. But I try, even I know in my sister Jodie there is a very sad ending, but I did try to have a sort of a little feeling of uplift and hope at the end, because I truly don't want to depress people at all.
Thank you very much. Well, that was a serious question. Now to a lighter one, which has just come in just a few minutes ago from St Anne's Primary School. Hello, St Anne's. And this is it true, Jacqueline, that every time you write a book, you get a new ring? They've spotted the rings.
This was a wonderful thing that I said once on television, and then it came a sort of self-fulfilling thing in that I had celebrated writing several books by buying a new ring, and then I said it on television, and children started saying to me each time I brought out a new book and I did a book signing, "Oh, where's the new ring?" So I thought, I'm going to make the most of this. So I do, for the most part, go and buy a new ring. This is the newest ring, and I'm very proud of it. And it's got a little frog sitting on the front, and it's very big and very sparkly. And so that's my favourite baby at the moment.